Call of Duty Warzone is in a bit of a weird place right now. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the community, updates to the game, discussions about the meta, new things on the horizon, and as always, some heated chatter about gameplay mechanics and the game generally feeling a lot more challenging. First up though, I wanted to show you one of the most insane, ridiculous cheats I've ever seen in Warzone. And this is a clip from Ray the Great playing duos and his friend gets taken out. Warzone doesn't have a good reputation with cheaters. Raven have said that they've banned over 500,000 accounts now. That's pretty crazy. And yeah, it's an ongoing fight. It's never going to end. But this is a cheat that I've never seen before. They're always surprising me, the things that happen. So this guy's pushing from outside and his friend has been downed like 3 times now, and it's always a bit suspicious the way that they get killed. Now take a look at the kill cam here. This cheater can kill people without aiming at them. They're literally aiming at the ground and their bullets are connecting with players nearby. I've got no idea how that would work because I assume that there should be server and client side checks in place for that kind of thing. Now the cheaters don't even have to aim at you, which is just absolutely insane to me. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I've never seen anything like that before. The gameplay in the background that I'm showing you today was me and Westy playing some Resurgence when that was available. Please bring it back, Raven. Had a lot of fun there. And I was using the FAL, a gun that I haven't touched for ages. There was that one period last year, pretty early on in Warzone's life cycle, where people figured out, oh, the FAL's actually stupidly overpowered. And you could just delete people at close range with it. Took a while, but they did balance it in the end, and it's kind of faded away outside of the meta now. But since the game is kind of balanced again now and there's a lot of good choices, I thought I'd give it a go, and I thought it was pretty good. It's difficult to use though because it is semi-auto and it's got a ton of recoil on it, so I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but I think if you can master this gun you can do some real damage. I was also just absolutely hooning around in the helicopter just like smushing as many people as I could. It was good times. Anyway, so earlier today, the official Call of Duty Warzone account tweeted out an image, and it's a bit mysterious with some redacted text. So let's take a look here. It's a note with printed text on it, and it says cargo redacted ETA, Verdansk redacted needs saving, something must be done soon, and then there's a little T-1 in the bottom right. Now a lot of people suspected originally that this was some kind of new Easter egg or a tease to something coming to the game, maybe another new operator, but the leading theory is based on patch notes that Raven released a week ago when they said that changes are coming to solos. So the most promising idea of what this says is cargo trucks are ruining the meta. Verdansk solos need saving. Something must be done soon. T-1. And the T-1 could refer to something happening in 1 day's time. And updates are normally done on Thursdays. Today's Wednesday, so it could be that big changes are coming to solo Warzone matches tomorrow. I'd guess they're going to remove the cargo trucks entirely. I don't know how many of you guys play solos, but it can get pretty crazy at the end when everyone is just driving around in a cargo truck. And they basically just give you more health for free. And it gets really stale when everyone's doing that. And people don't want to fight these things because they've got so much health. Not that many people carry Strelas, RPGs, C4 anymore. So they do just dominate solos. And typically the person that's got the truck with the most health at the end will win. It's also incredibly hard to snipe the driver out as well. You've got to get the perfect angle. So if that theory is correct tomorrow, solos could be an entirely different ball game. I don't think they're just going to remove the cargo trucks. I think they'll make a couple of other changes too. If I had to guess, I would say that one of the other changes might be increasing the speed of solo matches, making them generally shorter. And they could do that in a couple ways. They could do it so the circle just collapses quicker, or how about something like tying the speed of the circle to the amount of players left in the game. Do something a bit more intelligent that might feel a bit more natural and fit better with that game mode. Moving on, I did a bit of testing with a friend today. If you've been playing Warzone since the last patch, you may have noticed something weird with the ping or spotting function in the game. If you press the spot button and your crosshair is on an enemy, it will place a red diamond above their head and that will follow them for a couple of seconds. Now this is a bit weird, but I've noticed over the last couple of days that when I've been playing, sometimes I will spot someone because I just do it naturally, and then they go behind cover and the spot will instantly disappear, when usually it sticks around for like 1 or 2 seconds. And this wasn't talked about in the patch notes. At first I thought, okay, well maybe this is an intentional change by Raven. If you spot someone and they go behind cover, the spot is instantly removed. And we've had this in Battlefield games in the past. I think it was in BF1 that they implemented a system similar to that. So it means that if you spot someone and they hide, that spot goes away. You can't track them through the wall for like 1 or 2 seconds after that. So that's something that we noticed. The spot was just going away. But I did some testing today with a friend. We both jumped into a match of solos and plunder together. And as you can see here, I was spotting him and he was running behind cover and the spot was still following him. So this is the same kind of behavior that we're used to. So there isn't any changes there. And that's with Ghost on. And then we also checked with Cold Blooded to see if there was like a perk involved with this or something. And whatever I tried, I couldn't manage to replicate that behavior where the spot disappears when they go behind a wall. So I think this is either a bug with a specific perk or a specific part of the map, or it's something that Raven maybe tested for a couple of days and then quickly patched away. But I'm interested to see if you guys had any experiences with this, because myself, my group that I play with, we've definitely noticed this. I couldn't find any specific footage of it happening in my games because I record a lot of stuff, I then delete it, but I promise this is a thing that's been happening. So just be interested to see if you guys have experienced a similar thing and what your thoughts are on this. Did Raven actually say anything about it? I don't know. Have I just missed it? Wrapping things up for today, I've noticed a massive increase in people on social media, on forums, saying that they think Warzone is getting harder and harder. It's getting more competitive. Every single game you're coming up against super good players, and the game just isn't as fun anymore. And I think there's a few reasons why people might be feeling like this. The first reason is that the game has been out over a year now. If you're someone who's been playing this again and again since March 2020, you're going to be pretty good at it by now in terms of your aim, your positioning, your movement. So the people who are still playing and playing regularly are just naturally getting better and better. Also, a lot of the casual players who just hopped on every now and again have probably stopped playing. For a lot of people, the Verdansk 84 map wasn't what they wanted. It didn't meet their expectations. A lot of people were looking forward to jumping into a brand new map, myself included. And maybe since that release, they played it for a week or two and then they've just stopped because they're bored of the same old map. And they're not necessarily interested in winning and being hyper competitive every match, but because of the player base, you're kind of forced to do that. So they just turn off and quit. And after 12 months or so, a bulk of the players might just be bored in the game in general and have moved on to other things. So what you're left with is a very high skilled player base, and I think that's the main driving factor here. Most of the people that are still playing are just average or good at the game. Thus, that's why it feels more difficult now and why perhaps you aren't winning as many firefights or games as you used to. Skill-based matchmaking comes into this too. That's a big factor. If you're an above average player, a good player, there'll be a lot more good players playing the game now, and you'll be thrown into lobbies with them as well. Especially if you're a PC player playing in Europe where there's a ton of PC players at peak times in the evenings. Those lobbies will be incredibly competitive and you'll find yourself coming up against the same people over and over again. But do let me know down in the comments below, guys, what has your experience been of Warzone lately? Are you still playing it regularly? Have you stopped playing it? And what are the reasons for both of those things? Because it's all good me sitting here and just talking about my experience, but it could be completely different to yours. Also, I wanted to gauge a bit of interest from you guys. I was thinking about doing a spectating solos video. So this is a format of video that I think JGod popularized. Tons of content creators are doing it now. And I was watching Tim the Tatman doing it the other day and I thought, you know what? It looks pretty fun. And I thought that I might have a go at it, but I don't know if you guys would actually want to see that. So the premise is I would queue up for a solo game, get myself killed, and then spectate whoever killed me, commentate over the top, and just see what happens to the guy that killed me, who's going to kill them, what kind of weapons they're using, the plays that they make, a bit of commentary on top. But if you want me to do that, leave a comment down below saying so. And that's about all for today, guys. I wanted to say a big thank you, as always, to everyone using my code in the COD store, JackFrags in caps. I've had a load of you tweet me pictures of you guys using it recently in the store when you buy something. Thank you. If you use my code, I'll get a bit of kickback from anything that you purchase. With that said, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.